Cloud9 about to take on their first opponent in Madrid. None other than Giants Gaming. This Portuguese side have had huge fan support already, and now, after qualifying versus Movie Star Riders, are in the main competition. Cloud9 first in the city of Madrid. It's over to your casters to jump into our very first game. 3 streams, don't forget it. Keep your eyes on the prize, and we'll see how Cloud9...
Four fingers or something like that. 3 streams. Don't forget any of them.
I feel like that would have been a good beginning. How are you doing, Moses?
I'm doing really good. I'm happy to be here. Madrid's been great. Happy to have you. Henry stole you for an event. That sucked.
He did. I had a really good time. I think that was.
Okay.
No, more than anything, I just miss Henry being here. I feel like we've missed out on that front.
Yeah, we have.
I feel like a little bit, but it's gonna be good.
We have Ence versus Navi, so we have like that grudge match from the major, right? From Katowice, not too long ago. That game that was just epic, almost had the graffiti moment. It felt like with that near simple clutch at the A-bomb site. But this should be a phenomenal game.
I really think it will be. We're going to be playing on Mirage as well. As far as I know, nobody picked Vertigo in the.
No, nobody did.
Right?
That was the first thing I asked when we got kicked off on the couch segment, the casual couch segment, and I was a little bit disappointed, but maybe not after seeing it play out earlier today. Either way, here we go. Live into the pistol, simple with the P250, the A ramp as well. And he wants to be aggressive. He's just going to do a one-pop flash to give him the space to work with. That's Ariel at long range, who's playing it safe. And the rest of Navi yet to pounce. You can see 3 players in the underpass. This looks like it should be a split, but the bomb falling back towards T-spawn. And look at the aggression from Sergey up mid.
He's just taking so much real estate. Ooh. He's going to shut the bomb down, taking out Zeus. And now in the middle, a little bit of a fight there. But I mean, already so much trouble here on the T side. And they're just getting completely crushed in the middle. What a great beginning for Ence. Flamey out of it. And what a shot from Alexi B, taking down Edward. That just leaves Electronic and Simple. I mean, that's a dangerous combo, but they've just been wrecked in this early round.
Oh, my Lord. Yeah, they have, and that's a really kind of confusing strategy in a way. They just don't have eyes on mid whatsoever. You have 3 players gearing towards those stairs towards the underpass, right? They have no information. They're gathering no information for anyone on the team. They have no concept of what defense they're going to be going up against. And you have Zeus rotating back with the bomb, Simple dueling at A, and that's just too long to have that part of the map with no eyes on it.
I love the idea of showing yourself at A and then sort of walking away a little bit. Like, they seem to do that part successfully, but then, I don't know, that move from Sergey was out of control. That's probably, that can't be a strategy, I feel like. That's just him saying, you know what, I've got a pretty good idea.
Well, he doesn't make that push if there's some kind of presence from Navi at top mid, right? If there's just like some appearance, even if it's just a flashbang, that likely scares him away. But regardless, great pistol around the crunch on mid when those 3 players did try and come out underpass. Oh, great shot from Flamey as well. Right before the smoke plumes, he finds Sergey.
Gotta get that timing right. You know, smoke up first and then you peek.
Yeah.
You reverse those 2, things turn out really badly a lot of the time. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, this just makes it more dangerous now because you still have the Deagle on Flamey, you have the Deagle on Simple still, and this spreads the defense a little thin. So Alexi, he's got to be careful. He's really kind of the only one here in middle with Alu peering towards underpass. A chance for Simple, and that's a shallow peek, and he had the shot he wanted. You
could tell that was very close, wasn't it? He just had the idea perfectly in his mind. 50 seconds on the clock here for the second round. It seems like, I don't know if Ence is under a lot of pressure right now, but it's almost like there's a little bit of a slowdown in the game as everyone's just waiting for the next moment here. Boosting into the window, that's a great idea. If they can clear that out, it's going to make it so much easier to come out the connector.
It's really fortunate timing as well, just when the defense rotated away from this position. Footstep, I mean, he might think it matters. There's no one close by to hear it, so it's okay, but there's no utility for Navi. Zeus just going to go investigating, but that's the bomb. That's going to give up the game immediately. Just the 1 player, and Ariel's got to hold on longer. There they are swinging wide, and somehow they win the fights. Unbelievable, and Alu. A mouse jump is going to slow things down, but there's the bomb on the ground one more time, but the kill's going in the favor of Navi.
That's X7 from, I mean, I think he just bought them a bit of a chance. Great headshot as well on Electronic. That's kind of crazy, but he's still in a lot of trouble. He's going to be walking in to a bit of a sandwich situation. Probably, well, I don't know, they're both rotating towards CT spawn now. Thought maybe one of them would try and stay in window, and he's going to get shot down anyway. Simple with a great double in that round, and Navi going to pick it up. And I think that almost looked too easy for them. I'm a little bit confused.
Well, some phenomenal shots on the entries actually into the A bomb site. But yeah, you can see it gives up so much space. That one pick, this one that Flamey gets early on, and that's a long time for the defense to be playing a man down. And as they're rotating away from positions, trying to read what's coming, that's a lot of space for Na'Vi to get. Free passage basically up connector. You have the boost in the window as well. You're safe from that angle. So Na'Vi, all those players coming up connector can just look left and look towards CT spawn. They don't have to worry about that third angle.
A really quick turnaround here early on in the game. Third round, and now it's Ence instead with Deagles and single CC there on Aerial. He's playing under the window drop in B, I think. So, you know, if anyone comes out, that's a pretty good place to have the CC at 75. Usually you could get at least one kill with it. We'll see how Na'Vi play this one safely. I mean, I guess the first step here is just all of the Molotovs being used to make sure they clear out the most likely corners. So good thing to be doing. Don't want to give it right away back to the Finnish team. That
Really are. An electronic in the B halls. A stack, a force buy of these pistols for Ence. Sergey, the only one at the A bomb site. Na'Vi just being very, very cautious. Full mid control again, but it does look like they're going to lean towards that stack, Anders. This could be a great chance now for Ence. Just a blind stack, and Na'Vi about to walk into it.
they don't even have that many smokes to really block off many of these pistols. I mean, Edward, if he gets this, that would be huge. He needs it, but he's not going to get it. Instead, he gets shut down, and that was really critical. Now, 3 men left on the bomb site, fourth one rotating in. Zeus with a good job. Alu and Alexi B returning the fire immediately, and now it's Electronic. He's done almost all of the damage needed. Yeah, Alexi, he couldn't pick up that kill. I mean, he was very, very close. They are one bullet away from death each, so Sergey, is he going to wait around for them? They're going to peek him once, and that's the bomb down. Now 10 seconds on the clock, 1 versus 1. Sergey, he knows it. Actually, if he hides, I don't think the bomb can be planted.
Oh, no.
I think it's too late. Sergey, he's just waiting inside. He faked it, and that was it. Electronic going to lose the round, and Sergey just hiding inside of kitchen. What a way to lose the round.
He calls the bluff. That is bold to just stand your ground. Yeah, it would have been interesting to see if he even had the time to get it planted, but either way, he comes off, thinks Sergey's going to make his move, and Sergey doesn't have the HP to fight, so why not just take that risk and see what happens after it? Zeus seemed pretty convinced, using all of his utility on Catwalk, that that's where Sergey was going to be coming from the flank, and these are back and forth rounds to open this map.
Yeah, a bit confusing for the economy, but I guess still they are able to do a pretty good job on the buy there for Na'Vi. 3 AKs, you really can't complain too much about it. I think where they're really suffering is the grenades right now. Wonder what they're going to do about that. So what, 1 smoke left currently on Simple?
It's not great, but you have the players to make it work. As well, you can see they're not doing anything fancy. This isn't spread out map control. This is Na'Vi just all reconvening towards this A bomb site, using what minimal utility they have. 1 flashbang to get the Deagles up the ramp. They're trying to find the information. Smoke not yet deployed by Simple just yet. That's going to be heading out towards jungle. Connector is going to be free. They'll have to worry about that. There's the flashbang. They want the fight. Aerial is going to give it to him. He's going to give Flamey a chance. Another one deke from Flamey.
He's so on point, isn't he? What a beautiful shot to take down the connector player. Now 4 on 4 with the bomb down. They're starting to fall back. And I mean, this is where any grenades right now, if they had them, Na'Vi would really work to save a bit of time. There is a smoke on X7, and he has a defuse kit as well, so I'm guessing that will be his job when we get to that stage of the retake here, as Alu's going to take down Flamey. It's looking a little bit better. Still a 2 on 4 with the Electronic and Zeus covering some pretty good lines here into the bomb site. And yeah, there's the smoke to set it up. Sergey's down and out, and yeah, I think, yeah, they're just going to run him down. Really well done there on Ence. They didn't seem stressed at all in the retake.
No, they didn't. They had a lot of advantages. That smoke helps out a lot, and obviously the 4 on 2. It's great from Alexi B, who's just patiently waiting on those stairs, and he knows his teammates from spawn can likely handle Zeus. His job is to find the other player. Looking towards Palace, he knows that second player is going to have to make a move to help Zeus out once he gets into a fight. But great entries from Na'Vi. Good patience on the retake as well. You could see Na'Vi getting nervous with their lack of utility to try and hold off that retake, having to peek into some angles to find some information.
They didn't really have any choice this time around, but,
no.
But I mean, that's kind of the reason why you want to have some grenades left for the afterplant, right? Wasn't really in their control this round, but the last one, still.
They were a bit bruised on the economy.
Just a little bit. A good lesson to be learned, Moses. Saving money can really help you out. You doing a good job of that?
Wouldn't say a good job. Okay job.
Just a job. Right?
Yeah, just some kind of a job. Mid control for the defense, and they're feeling bold, knowing that the money is going to be shattered. You can't really force bind with this if you're Na'Vi. Pistols have been picked up, but the utility, the armor's not there. Oh, Ariel's going to turn at the wrong moment, and he could be open to it. Zeus can't complete the kill, and now his teammates have got him covered. Ariel does eventually fall, and actually so does Alexi, so that's a bit expensive. Not bad from Na'Vi, but good setup for Ence that could have gone a little bit better.
A bit of a slow end to the round, Electronic. Ooh, he does sort of land in the cart, you know, look comfortable for a minute.
Ready to pull him off the battlefield.
Yeah, get him out of there. Get him wheeled out. So, Ence in control of the game, at least for a little bit here after a rocky beginning. 4-1 now in their favor, and things are looking actually pretty all right at the moment. They still have not invested into one of those AWPs on the CT side, which would be interesting. Simple, although, has picked up one, so now everybody's excited.
Yeah, he definitely should be. He's got one flashbang as well, but that AWP, he's going to be taking that towards Palace. Probably going to get smoked or Molotov out of this position at some point, but if he gets there fast enough, he could have an angle.
I mean, you just have to appreciate as well. It's just a simple thing, right? But he's scoped in alone. There's nobody there with him, you know. Some people would feel uncomfortable in that position. Because if you missed a shot, you probably die. But
right, what he's worried about, obviously, is the scope sound once he gets close up to the choke point, right? If someone's playing underneath, he wants to just hold this, hoping Alu's going to peek into it, and he does, but that's a miss. And Alu punishes it, just not the angle, just not the exact pixel he was looking for. Big weapon on the ground, Flamey now, trying to do something, and he's just going to back away, trying to find the equalizer.
It always feels the worst, doesn't it, when you get what you sort of wanted, which was that peak from Alu,
peak, yeah.
And then you still want to make it work.
I mean, it is a little bit of a weird, I guess, look. Obviously, he wanted that, but you know, you never know. He could peek at the top of the stairs. He could peek on those boxes. Good find from Sergey. Mid control firmly with Ence, and they've done a good job of that. Even Electronic coming out, they knew where Alexi was. Thought maybe he fell back, but perfect cover.
That really looked like a bit of miscommunication, didn't it, on Na'Vi? Like, I feel like the first guy going down, even, I mean, out of underpass, I can excuse that. But the following two seemed to me to be a little bit strange.
Just felt very uncoordinated and missed timing, considering no utilities used in those games. And now the AWP gets picked up for free, passed over to Alu as well. So his money balloons. He had 5,400 in the previous round, now 8,000, not having to invest in that sniper rifle. What are your feelings on Na'Vi? It's always like a up and down conversation, isn't it? It's like, which one are we going to get today? I don't know if you feel any differently about them, but it does sometimes feel like they can come out and just win an event, and they can also come down and get last place. Yeah,
I think the overall mix of that just leaves me frustrated all of the time, Moses. Just, I don't know what else to say. It's really, really annoying because I think games where Simple and Electronic are both playing well are just so much fun to watch. So I just want that all the time, you know?
Yeah.
But then some of the games where it seems like something isn't quite working out, it's a little bit strange. But I don't mind it so much because all of that, in my mind, is weighed up by the fact that Ence are such a fun team to watch and have been for a long time. I really enjoy watching Ence games now.
The Major was quite a revelation.
It really was. Like, they showed us a lot, and they didn't slow it down. That was my big fear, is like, oh no, but then what happened?
Like if that was just like a nice little week-long run that they had and we weren't going to get it again. Yeah, well, certainly silencing some of the critics in that regard, or maybe not silencing them, but answering the question.
There is no silencing the internet, Moses. It's not possible.
That's a good point.
So, you know, but still, I think it's always worth looking at them.
What?
Is that the third shot? Simple with the follow-up as well to take down Sergey. What an outrageous beginning to a round. Ariel will be able to take down Zeus at least, so something seems to be working, but still a 3-on-3.
Did Simple just guess that angle while the smoke was up? Just push forward, knew the lineup through the smoke? That's pretty disgusting, but yeah, the Flamey one, a thing of beauty against an AWP especially.
Is that the third?
Yeah, third one dig that we've seen from him. He had the opening previously in the second round, and then he had that one ding at a certain point when they got into the A-bomb site. Edward low on HP, Simple still alive, but 2-on-3. And there's no right answer to get out of this scenario for Na'Vi, but still an opportunity, still a chance. If Simple can get one more kill, Edward's in a situation where he might be able to slip past the defense, kind of make them confused and maybe find a timing where they just don't see where he moves.
Oh, wow, again. towards CT spawn. Aerial taking down. Third Deagle kill of the round here in favor of Na'Vi.
Dude, this is so ridiculous, though. Look at this read from Ence. They're just saying, you know what? You just killed one at A. We're going to get deeper into B. And actually, X7, just as they start saying that, starts to rotate sheets back towards CT spawn to check into that A bomb site. But Alexi's got the positioning. But again, Edward, as I mentioned, he could find just a timing that just screws Alexi, and he's got it there. Great dink, great finish up, and he had to have it. 15 health, and X7 left on the other side of the map. The question he has to answer now is, does he just want to pick up the op and save? Does he want to go for it? Looks like he might try and get close, see if someone gives him up a freebie, but this is going to be a tough task for him.
I feel like if he goes for it, then he should run. Like, I mean, all the way into the bomb site. I think if you slow it down like this, the chances are you won't be given the opportunity to find both players. You almost have to sort of just make them fight.
Edwards got such lucky timing in this round.
You know what? It's better to be lucky than to be good, Moses. Simple, another kill. This time, you know, less accurate, but still 3 Deagle kills in 1 round to pick it up in favor of Na'Vi here. 5-2. I don't know if it's very encouraging that this is how they finally win a round, but still.
Well, it's the second round they've won with the Deagles, right? The second round as well was Flamey opening things up, and he's done it again. You want to talk about impact, the opening kills for him, but certainly at the moment, Na'Vi looking scarier with Deagles than with the AK-47s. That's got to change. Simple's got the op back in his hands, but Ence has 2 of them. One on Alexi, one on Alu. B-rush. Slowed down.
Yeah, it looked like it. They even had the man to set up the smokes all the way back from T-spawn, like Astralis sometimes do, but no luck this time. Oh, great double boost there on top of the bench to look over, and Electronic is out of the round, but a little bit of a return. Molotov takes 1, Alu with a kill, and looking good for Alu in this round. A double kill, and he's going to get the 3rd one too, just cleaning it up. That's a little bit outrageous. They had 2 people do the boost, and then they had another player just nearby.
Well, the boost allows them to get like an extra maybe like 2 seconds of information when he first sees it, so Alu's able to get there in perfect timing, and it helps that Alexi able to kind of slow things down as well with a couple. I think he got 2 kills with that AWP, the first guy coming through and a follow-up later on. So, I mean, the real teeth of that attack that can open up the bomb site and prevent the rotations from being effective, those are the guys that are taken out first. Starting to feel desperate for Na'Vi, not necessarily because of the scoreline, just because they seem to be ineffective on their gun rounds. It's the Deagles that have bailed them out.
Yeah. And I mean, I think there's even like a deeper problem, or at least there's something about this where they're not even getting the mid control on the tier, which I mean you should definitely be able to do. I feel like.
Well, I mean it goes down to some of these buys, right? I mean this buy is a decent investment. They have some money built up behind it because of the losing bonus, but they've had a few gun rounds where they haven't had all the utility you could want that you would like to have to get that kind of a mid control. So they are playing. It almost feels like one hand tied behind their back at times.
Yep, absolutely true. Aerial taking down Zeus early on in the round, and it's, again, the weaponry on Na'Vi just not looking all that great. I think another factor in how hard it's been for Na'Vi to get this mid-control is the fact that Sergey's just been playing a really good game in there. So he's such a dangerous player that they might just be having a little bit of trouble not losing too many players to him early on. There's a bit of a combination in there. Flashbang setup and some kills in middle while Electronic is alone in a 1 versus 3, and the bomb is in there, so I don't know. I don't see this working out well.
No, it doesn't feel like it will. I mean, pretty cool little play from Electronic to mask his fall with the gunshots. He knew exactly where his opponent was. Perhaps catching him off guard, but it doesn't give Na'Vi anything they can work with, and now he just has to save. Not the worst thing in the world because it is, I mean, they do have the losing bonus. And Electronic has 1900, so even though he's not going to get any extra money after this, he'll be able to have the armor, he has the AK that he's saving, and he'll be able to have a full set of utility, so he'll still have a full buy in his hands.
Moses, I want you to imagine the next words out of your mouth. Could someone be broadcast, you know, to an alien life form on another planet? What would you say, like really quickly? You're representing the whole planet. You're just laughing.
I have the whole planet. Yeah, I probably would just be laughing.
All right. Well,
I wouldn't be a good representative of the human race. You know this.
Okay. So, all right. It's disappointing, obviously. First contact. Bit of laughing.
That's a very weird question to just expect an answer from right off the bat. You know.
I thought you'd be prepared. For
what would you say, Anders?
Say we come in peace.
Oh yeah, that's super clever.
Listen, just trying to save us, Moses. I'm trying
Didn't
to make sure that we don't all get blown up.
Didn't work in Mars Attacks.
No, it didn't do very well at all. Also, starting the relationship with the lie. It's X7 picking up some. Actually,
oh my god!
They just line up for him. They come back and fight in the window, and he's maybe a bit too aggressive. He could just fall back and play this one safely. But what a great triple with the AUG. He's down to 11 health, and again, he does not actually have to fight any longer. He's just probably feeling, I think, a little bit hyped up by his own triple, but.
I think more than anything, he's all taking those fights, taking those peeks to see where the other players are. They weren't actually aggressively attacking him, so he's at least getting information for his teammates who have all rotated over. And this is just suffocating now. Triple kill for X7. Shuts down Na'Vi before things can really begin. And they don't look like they have really an idea. That's the second time we've seen a large force towards the B bomb site right out of T-spawn. And the second time we've seen it be extremely ineffective.
I feel like for most of the time in some of those B-type rushes, you're really just meant to try and get past that window.
Right.
Like if you stop and try and fight in it.
Well, the other difficult part of it now is because Ence has so much money, they've won some of these rounds pretty clean. I mean, that was 4 players surviving. Previously, it was 3, and before that, it was 3 as well. I mean, the Molotovs can slow you down. Like I mean, that time it's just like 7 just mowing them all down with the AUG. But there's so much utility that can be thrown by the defenders to slow down and make a hit like that very ineffective.
Strange beginning. I don't know what I was expecting out of this game, but it wasn't this.
There's still, you know, another half to be played.
Yeah,
CT side.
It's not that this can't be saved. It's just that I was sort of, I don't know, I was hoping for a little bit more of a flex out of Na'Vi, you know, a little bit more madness. And it's been in Deagle rounds, but I don't know.
Well, even those, remember, we've seen Flamey have those 3 really impressive 1 Deagle headshots. He's only got 4 kills total. So, I mean, sure, in terms of impact, it's phenomenal. He's probably won them their 2 rounds, right?
Yeah.
But outside of that, what have you done for me lately, right?
Need more. Need some back-to-back rounds here. I mean, obviously.
This is what we just talked about. Look at all this utility. If you try and go fast there, and this time it's only 1 player, but 5 players stuck behind that would just be a nightmare. That is good job by Zeus, though, to draw that utility out.
Yeah, and they even set that up with like a smoke from T-spawn to try and sort of really make it feel like that was what was going on, but ultimately. The rifles here, just a little bit too much. Moment of pure terror there. Trying to make it down the stairs, and they actually get a couple of kills in.
Yeah, Ence fell asleep there at the wheel a little bit. Let him get into a lot of map control to get into those positions without being spotted. That's pretty sick for Edward and Zeus, but now he's got the AUG as well.
Yeah, and Sergey, he's so low on health in there. I can understand why they want to try and help him out from CT spawn there. That's going to be really important. Yeah, he backs right into Edward with the AUG, and now... Well, flanking around in T-spawn is Alexei B, but Alu needs to stay alive right now, otherwise it's going to be a bomb plant. Great headshot, actually. Pulled out the USP, and now all on Edward. And he's in a little bit of trouble now. The longer he waits, the closer they get. He's going to get shot down. Alexei B finally showed up. That was a very, very tricky round for Ence. They could have very well lost that.
Oh, easily. I'm not sure if it was miscommunication or misrotation or someone didn't hear something, but there's so much control gained. Terrorists are able to get up connector and into window room and even close towards CT spawn. You have a couple players getting aggressive from Ence on the defense inside of that A bomb site when the surrounding map has been lost to them. So very, very isolated in that A site, but they recover it pretty well. 9-2 in the favor of the Finnish side. And here comes an attempted mid-control, looks like, from Na'Vi. We'll see if they can pull it off here. 2 players at the top, but counter utility from the defense has stopped them, has pushed them back, has made them wary.
Yeah, I was about to say, I just kind of want to see a round again where Na'Vi get mid-control. I feel like that's just the beginning, right? First little piece of the puzzle, like we get that, and then we make up our minds, and Ence have denied it to them almost all of the time. They've got this great setup in here.
Not even really denied, right? Well, I mean, in a way, but they've just demolished them every time they've gone for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in a way, that is a denial.
Yeah.
Alu, opening kill for him, and now he's going to peer towards underpass, gets the follow-up, and he's going to use the USP. That's what we just talked about. Denied again, demolished again, whatever word you want to use for it, it's all Ence.
Definitely it's a hard no, isn't it? Really been let down. Sergey going to be taking out Flamey.
And even just throwing a Molotov into the air like fireworks because...
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, the kind of denial is at the level of, you know, your Tinder date reporting you to the FBI instead of swiping, you know.
Jesus.
It's at that level, you know.
I don't know what that level
You don't?
is, no.
No. I'm not even on Tinder, so. 10-2. Well, it's going to be the 13th round now coming up, and Ence on fire, winning 5 in a row, and just looking, just overall looking amazing.
It's the third timeout used in this opening half for Na'Vi as well. I mean, that just to tell you, if you couldn't tell they were stumped on what to do, I mean, 3 timeouts and a half and still not having solutions is a pretty good indication.
I was going to say they're taking timeouts and not coming up with answers. That's.
What do you think they're talking about? Maybe they're talking about what they're going to say to aliens.
I would. Someone should be prepared, Moses. I mean, obviously we can't trust you, so
definitely
you were going to really let us down. Just. Although I guess maybe aliens don't know what laughing is like. Maybe they just think that's, you know, sort of a weird.
Maybe they would think it was communication.
Weird greeting, weird welcome. 13th round. They've got very few grenades on the Na'Vi side. They do have the guns, however, so. Oh, I like this. Flamey just trying to take charge. That's very manly, isn't it?
Look at the damage he's done to Sergey right through the box as well. Didn't find the kill that he wanted, but Aerial, he's going to be the aggressor. Zeus is caught. No one peeking from top mid either. So he's going to get away with it. You do like that play from Flamey, but that, more than anything to me, it does highlight, like, we don't know what to do. So what's found us success? Like, who's found success doing anything on this map? And Flamey was like, I've got a couple kills of the deal just running up a ramp. And that's, that time it doesn't get the kill, and it's all Ence still.
Well, I mean, here's even another point. We're kind of nearing the end of the half, right? But if that had worked, that isn't the thing you can say, well, let's try and replicate the part of that strategy that worked and do it again next round. It's like that, you know, that is kind of a one-off thing if you get to do that. Next time, they will be, you know, throwing more grenades at that spot. So, again, I'm kind of shocked by the fact that the mid-control part of this is not working out for Na'Vi, because that's really not supposed to be the hard part of playing this map on the T side. Most of the time, you can probably get that. You know, question usually is like, how much do you have to sacrifice to get it?
Ence, I mean, to be fair to Na'Vi in a way, Ence has been highly aggressive in mid. We've seen a couple peeks towards the underpass. We've seen plenty of times players playing halfway up that ramp, turn for the counter flash. We've seen the catwalk bait and switch setup. We've seen the ops do work. We've seen plenty of players in connector peering over the smokes. So, I mean, Na'Vi's had to fight for every inch of mid. They've just lost each and every one of those fights. 11-2, starting to feel, I was going to say easy for Ence, and I walked right into it.
You set it up. You should walk into it, Moses. We're keeping a meme alive. And
do you think the meme is what has made this team so good?
I mean, almost certainly. I think
without the meme, without Easy for Ence becoming a meme, would they have been as good?
No, definitely. I think 100% not. I think really, you know, the sort of shamanistic power of memes mode has been heavily under you know, valued.
Under researched.
Yeah.
Okay,
here we go. Someone should figure that out. Oh, there's a little bit of aggression. Flashbang to set up, and Aerial goes down. So slightly better beginning for Na'Vi. Surely this is it.
Let's see if Alu can recover this scenario. Going to rotate over towards the window room. All 5 players from Na'Vi are in mid. The AUG is not connecting for the kill, does great damage. Alexi just barely surviving. It's Sergey over the top, who's got to get one, and he does. A lot of information. They know there's so many bodies in mid. Don't know exact numbers, so Sergey's got to be very wary.
7 to look over into middle, and I think that was probably a mistake, just seeing as they had just been taking a fight there. Nice follow-up there with Alu, and then Sergey immediately afterwards. They were looking for the window, and Edward not aware that he was going to get shot in the back, so still looking good for the Finns now. It's simple and electronic left. You want to see some kind of production out of them in this round. They are a little bit low on time, though. That's the big problem. 35 seconds, and...
Got no utility either. And Ence, this is a strength for them. They play really, really well in the mid-rounds, as they've done again here. 3-on-2 advantage. Electronic and Connect. It seems like Electronic and Simple are playing 2 different rounds. This is, I mean, Electronic trying to play a little bit of a fake and also be able to pinch towards that B-ball play. He's found a timing, and that might indicate Alexi might think this is going to end up being able, with the time so low, just going to stay and just going to take the gamble.
He's waiting for it. If they don't check and just try and plant, oh god, that could be the round over, couldn't it? 8 seconds left. Alexi, they're not looking at it, and that's going to be it. No chance to go anywhere with this. This is, I mean, this is the kind of ice-cold play that I just love seeing out of Ence. This has to be a finish thing, Moses. How do you not, like, lose a little bit of nerve in that position? How do you just stay cool? Was it Sergey earlier in the kitchen against Electronic where the time ran out?
Right. I mean, it's just so cool to watch. You think, you know, they know that Na'Vi has control of mid. They know that they have a lot of bodies there. Alu gets that kill in window room towards Catwalk. So if you're on Na'Vi and that happens, and the call is, oh, up in window, your attention focuses on window. And that's when Sergey peeks connector and gets one more kill on Catwalk, gives them the man advantage. Really, really good fight to selection. Really, really good decision-making from the Finns.
Setting up a bit of a return. Great double kill there in favor of Na'Vi, and gotta be careful about Alu now, although they don't really have any grenades to block him off with. They've already thrown all of them out, so no scoping. And more follow-up here. Zeus and Simple with a couple of kills. X7 jumping in the meantime, and now one-on-one. He does not have a lot of health. Zeus on the other side. He should be able to win this, but I don't think he was expecting the aggression. Now the Deagle's out, and Zeus gonna be able to pick it up. Last round here going in favor of Na'Vi, 3-12. I mean, that's not great, but it's not done.
Not great's a bit of an understatement. It was a pretty ugly 3-12. I don't know why you're being nice. I don't know why you're trying to sugarcoat it.
It's just the kind of person I am, Moses. I want to believe in people. Want to see them come back, do well, all that stuff.
Okay. Alu had a sick game with y'all. I'm just gonna blow right past all those lies.
Yes, he did. Good shots, and again, I'm struggling to understand why they couldn't take mid control, Moses. I'm shocked.
I think it was just a great game plan from Ence. I thought the aggression in mid was really, really cool. You don't often see defenses play that aggressive in mid throughout the whole half, right? Like no. that was from start to finish. That was Ence saying you will not have mid control, and that worked beautifully.
Yeah, and what did they do to try and counter that? Right? They tried to rush B a couple of times, but they wanted to stop and look out the window for a while as well, and that wasn't great.
No, it wasn't. And you know, the picks for a while from Na'Vi towards A, like trying to get Simple and Palace, that was ineffective.
Yeah.
Trying to get Flamey to have some picks up the A ramp, that was effective with the Deagle a couple times, but overall not really. Just a really weak offensive half from Na'Vi.
What was the ending score for Alu? I swear I just
22, 21 and 5.
21 and 5. What? That's
bad, is it?
Madness, isn't it?
That's pretty cool.
You want to see a
also
lot
had
more
118 ADR. 3 players on Ence over 100 ADR. That's pretty sick.
So maybe you are right. Maybe to some extent it was them playing really, really well.
And to some extent it's also probably Na'Vi not playing well. But I mean, that was the question we kind of posed, right? When I said, you know, what do you think of this Na'Vi team? Just feels like they are that team that can, you know, win any event and can just bomb out of any event. And at least in this map, we got the bomb out of the event Na'Vi. They'll have to turn it around in their next game because we know it's very, very difficult to bounce back in this format after a bad day one. Going down 0-2 on Friday is really, really difficult to manage if you want to make it to the grand finals on Saturday.
Yeah, so much pressure. I mean, I think, you know, a while ago, maybe before the major, we would have said Ence would have been one of those teams that, you know, now we should have felt, you know, comfortable securing a win against. But I just don't think that's true anymore. I think now it's sort of a different landscape altogether. So really quite interested to see how this will play out. If now we don't take down Ence, I mean, there's still some really hard teams in this tournament that they would have to try and fight. So definitely will not be easy at all.
I think for Ence's case, though, it's super cool because not only is there the question of could they hold up their form from Katowice, it's now how far can they take it. Now that they've proven they can hold this form over multiple events like 2 months later, right?
Yeah.
It's now how high can you get? Can you win? Can you start winning events now? Can you start challenging for the trophies?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is going to sound weird, but
it's probably going to sound weird.
I feel like the traditional struggle of doing that is that once you make it, you know, far in a tournament, then you have to learn how to play in, you know, quarterfinals and then semifinals and then grand finals and on big stages, and you have all these, let's say, filters that you have to get through to get there. And it feels like Ence, well, first of all, they just went to they went to the final stage in one go.
Yeah, I was gonna say they crossed all those hurdles in one event in 1 week that we were all scratching our heads.
Like they just did that, and then I think, you know, and they're finished. So the pressure just doesn't really get to them. I think there must be something going on up there. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they're just strange people.
Yeah, but it works really well for Counter-Strike. Like if you could have just a bunch of good players, but then, you know, take all of the sort of nervousness and fear out of them, you're off to a great start. That's a lot of power. Now, second half going to be coming up, and Simple, he is done with all of this. He's going to get one good headshot, but what, 3 people peeking him when he returns to it. A firing squad, and he goes down. So it's a 4-on-4 now. Electronic trying to back off. Yeah, he sort of saw it coming, and good on him. He did not want to get run down. And now the bomb is planted, they're going to have to re-engage a little bit. Alu taking some damage, and Electronic trying to follow up. Good shot, and still holding it with a Glock, and holding it remarkably well. Great triple kill to shut it down, and Alu is just having one of those days, I guess.
Yeah, like what can you actually do? That is a really, really nice pistol round from Alu. And I feel like that pistol round just made me feel like Ence just knows everything that Navi's going to do. Like coming up that A ramp with just Glocks, and you're essentially saying, we don't care if Simple just wants to take aim fights. We'll take that fight any day of the week. He can have his 1, maybe he gets 2, maybe he does something spectacular, but chances are we're going to trade him off. And then they use the smoke late. So there's no indication that it's coming, no rotations can be cheated, and then you drop that smoke in connector and it funnels everyone in towards window room where you have 2 players ready to fight. That's just really well done from Ence. Again, for the 13th time.
We've been saying it a lot, haven't we?
We have been.
What are we supposed to do? Like, they're playing well.
You know how we talk about Astralis kind of revolutionizing Counter-Strike with all like the stuff they do outside the game and changing the way that you approach being a professional.
Yes, there's been, I know. There's been some talk.
What if Ence does so good now? What is it the Finns do? They all have like saunas stuff, don't they?
They do all have saunas.
What if every team now just has to have saunas?
Listen, saunas are amazing, Moses. I don't know if you know this, but a great sort of source of health. Also, I want to build a sauna in my home.
Okay. So you're becoming more Finnish.
Yeah, on that front, definitely. You can come over. We can you stay naked in this one together. It'd be great. Cool. Sure, it'd be worth your while. Aerial. Oh, wow. Great follow as well with the Galil. And even though that was a little bit of an intense crossfire they had set up there in the middle, Navi, it just wasn't enough. Like, what? Connector window, 2 on catwalk, and...
Yeah, it's Aerial bailing him out, right, with that double kill. I mean, he pretty much busts up the stack right there. And now 40 seconds left. You can see Ence being patient, everyone checking a different angle, everyone looking at a different flank position. Zeus around the edge of the smoke. And they're really leaning on this being a late game hit towards the B bomb site. You can see Edward on the mini-map rotating in those B halls. They found Zeus. He's got a kill. Headshot onto Alexi. And now they head up towards A. No need to mess with that low HP Alu, though, taking the fight, and Zeus can't connect with anything. Edward's coming in now from underpass, and that could catch Alu off guard, and it will, but he's not dead yet. He somehow survived so long that he's got all the information. They even plant in the open. Edward's going to go down 14-3, and Ence avoid the danger.
A little bit of something in that round, maybe. Could have worked out differently. As you said, Aerial with a pretty good double. That probably made a decisive difference in all of that. 14-3, though, in favor of Ence. This is, again, not really what I was expecting. And Navi, it feels like they've been spending all this time without any money. I mean, that's in spite of the new economy system, but it just feels like they never really got like a very good roll out of this.
Now in the second half, you're in the situation where you just essentially have to buy. So fair play. Simple with the Deagle, taking his first shot, but the response is to pin him down with AK fire, and Ence has done already what Navi was not able to do in that first half, is gain that mid control pretty much for free as well. Yeah,
avoided the Deagle danger and decided to smoke it off. I feel like that's a solid choice. You know, no reason to be taking the risk against a weapon like that. Navi, I don't know if they can wait around forever. I mean, there's a bit of a problem here, which is that if they're just waiting for Ence to execute and they show up with, you know, all 5 players and the grenades at one bomb site, that's going to be risky. So, yeah, they're pushing out of B, and I kind of like that. I feel like, yeah, it's a smart choice. I mean, even if it doesn't work out, I kind of want Navi to try and do something.
Well, especially with diminished weapons, diminished utility, you need to win, like, one of the battles, right? So you take the information battle. Even that doesn't pan out, though. Edward now aggressive down towards A ramp. He could have a chance. He's going to hear these footsteps. This would be a huge double kill to get. He's got the first. That's the bomb down. Great trade. The full rotation is on from this Navi defense, trying to make it over as quick as possible. Smokes are going to be up. Alexi is going to be in connector, but it's Simple inside the bomb site to get shut down immediately. He can do nothing. No delaying, and now Alexi in a perfect position.
Sneaking in right past here, and yeah, it's in a really good spot. Taking down Zeus. Flamey fell just a second before to Sergey, and that is going to leave Electronic. 1 versus 4. I mean, they could have gone back towards B when they ran into Edward at that corner. They had about 38 seconds, but they decided to follow through, and it worked out just fine, so...
I mean, the fun thing about them is even when they take that A bomb site, like, you could assume that it's all clear and just go for that plan, but they're still patiently waiting. They're like, you know what, we haven't, you have palace cleared out, obviously, but we don't know if someone's going to come through the smoke, someone's going to come from window room, so they're waiting for Alexi to get in that position as well at the bottom of the stairwell so we can properly cover them from 2 different angles. So, I mean, it's just smart play from Ence at the moment, and that is just grinding Na'Vi away, and then obviously you add in Alu's 26 kills.
Yeah, that's hard to really do anything with, but I don't want to take anything away from Ence. I think they're playing amazing Counter-Strike, and I've sort of come to expect that, but I just have a feeling that Na'Vi shouldn't be playing this map right now. Like, as in the way that they're playing it, I haven't seen anything that makes me think, yeah, that's why they should, you know, start to pick this up more, or like why they should keep doing it. It just felt very flat. So
it's hard to tell. For me, my only explanation, and you can even hear I'm stuttering a little bit trying to reach for this one, but it just seems to be an individual level, right? Like, no one is really playing that well. They don't look like a cohesive unit. Edward, distracted, going up and down, trying to make the decision on how he wants to properly defend, that he just gets shut down immediately, and they're already in the site. Flamey's holding him off for now. That shotgun is going to be close to useless on the retake.
Yeah, auto shotgun. Just not really what you were hoping for. Although they do pick up a kill there. Flamey with the FAMAS to take down X7. I like the flashbang there, just at XCB. Now he's very much out in the open. Yeah, and he's going to get shut down. Flamey once again. Nobody goes up in flames, in fact, to Sergey. That's a bit unfortunate. Otherwise, it would have been a 3-on-1. Now it's Alu, and he has been the raid boss all along. He actually does somehow land a kill, but not in time. Simple still there with the kit. Sorry, without the kit, but still able to defuse. So, another round. A little bit more rope.
So 15-4.
A little bit more runway.
Not a lot more runway.
No. Still in imminent danger of crashing right into the mountain.
And there's such good economy on the Ence side. It's going to be another very strong buy, even with the losing bonus. Na'Vi losing all but one. It's going to be, you know, they're still going to start scraping the bottom of the barrel in terms of their money. Great round from Flamey, by the way. Heroic individual effort from him. He's got 10 kills. So does Electronic. Simple's got 12. But the team play has just been seemingly very, very lacking.
Yeah. I like Playmaker Flamey. It must be very hard to try and do that on a team with Electronic and Simple. Like, you know, so you have to like psych yourself up to say, okay, I'm going to be the guy to, you know, go and really open this up. So I think you can keep doing that, and then the rest of his team, if they were, you know, interested in joining him on that front, that would be just amazing. Good kill for Simple to begin the whole thing with. Remember as well, they're fighting for, you know, sharing of points for a tie. There's no overtime, so
that's right.
I think even mentally that might be tricky for Na'Vi, but it does make a big difference. Like some of those ties, we've seen it in previous tournaments that you end up missing just a couple of points and that's it.
Ence famously falling prey to that.
You're right. Auto shotguns back in use.
Well, and that's fine in this position, right? Where it's tough is the retake. But now when you get him close up, halfway down this hallway, if anyone comes there, that shotgun, that's the perfect position for it. Unfortunately, the hit is not going to come in that direction. Bomb is waiting outside of A ramp. Alexi's got plenty of room to work within connector. Simple is actually playing outside of window room. When do they want to make their move? Alu with an AWP. He might have a chance if he wants to peer in towards this B bomb site. He can spend a lot of time trying to find a pick. It's an awkward angle from Flamey, though. He's going to look for it, and this is your hot hand. This is who you want to have the AWP, who you want to be the guy. That opening kill from Alu, that's going to signal the go. Here comes Alexi, now starting to cheat up. Smoke's in place. A lot of room with this A bomb site, but the peak is going to come in from so many different angles. Simple wants to come through this, so does the retake. It's happening early, but nothing going right for Na'Vi.
They wanted to try and stop that before he went down, and it just wasn't possible. They were so close to the bomb site as well, and waiting and connector. Simple. One good headshot there, but still a 3-on-3, and they do have one smoke left, but again, no kits picked up currently. They need to make this work. Alu sneaking in and assassinating Simple. Point-blank range, and they're simply running out of time here. There's almost nothing left in it. Su's going to be running in and taking down Alu. It's still a 2-on-2, and the bomb is just ticking away in front. Electronic doing the best that he can, but I think that is the last kill. Aerial to take down Electronic, and he's picked up a kid in the meantime, Sus, but I don't think it matters at all. 16-4 here in favor of Ence as they take down Na'Vi on Mirage. What a powerful performance from them.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, obviously an excellent performance from Ence, but I think that's a very flat Navi. Even that last round, like Simple's in the smoke, looks like he wants to go through it. You've got 2 teammates in CT spawn ready to go, and at that point, it's like, why are you waiting for Zeus with a shotgun? Just try and get the retake underway while the 3 of you are here before they're properly set up to stop that. Go through the smoke. You're down 15-4.
Yeah, less Navi, more like nah.
More brain, or less brains, more balls type situation, I think.
Yeah, that's
motto?
the recommendation.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You think you make a good life coach, Moses. Little simple
answer to everything.
Simple things. You can remember them at any time. Like, oh, yeah, it's supposed to be that. Yeah. Well, we're going to send you guys over to the A stream where more action is happening. What a game this was. But let's follow that game.
Cloud9 Giants.
It is indeed.
Moments ago. So do they want to look for him? That's the question.
Well-timed Molly to the bottom of middle could very much disrupt this. We've seen Cloud9 actually get these very same positions, and then after that smoke, lose it to grenades. It's a flashbang that hits the mark, but it's Russian automatic that hit their shot.